What's up everybody and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. Now we recently did our review on the VF1S bust, but this is the one that really started all of this. This is where we found out what exactly a Valkyrie is and what it was capable of. If you recall, this particular Valkyrie was the trainer that Rick Hunter started off in, so to speak. And if you recall, he landed in Macross City in a Battloid and he was doing more damage than the enemy. And of course, according to his big brother, he was annoying a young lady and he had to save her as well. Now, to his credit, Rick Hunter was a pretty badass pilot, and he certainly demonstrated his skills during the exhibition and the air show, but unfortunately, he couldn't quite contend with this very sophisticated piece of military hardware. I mean, there must have been 57 different controls in there. Obviously, that day, Rick Hunter was in a little bit over his head, and as his big brother would explain, the Battloids are classified top secret, and believe me, there is a reason for them. So today we're going to be reviewing Kid Logic's version of the VF1D Valkyrie, the mechanical bus statue. Let's take a closer look. Now, I know I've said this in the past with the other busts, but the VF1D is definitely one of the more unique head busts. Now, it kind of looks like the VF1J. I absolutely love the color scheme here, but the sensors in the front kind of remind me of a microwave. Not necessarily a bad thing. There are dual sensors, they look really nice, and obviously they're pretty modularized here. The detail in the head sculpt is really fantastic. Again, there is a lot of wash and wear here. It does look like it's been training for a long time. Overall, this is a really brilliant head bust. Very similar to the other bust that we reviewed, you also get these really nice laser/antennae, and they do rotate in every direction, which is really nice. They are completely magnetic, so you do have to build this just a little bit, but it's not too much of a pain in the ass. And I actually like the fact that they can be detached, so if you have to move or store them, it's not, again, a pain in the ass to move all these things. Nice color of gray here. I definitely love the stripe of the sensors on top. It just looks really cool, guys. Again, these are very impressive. Now, one of the fantastic things about these busts is how incredibly detailed they are because of their scale. Now, Kid Logic did a great job here. You see so much internal sensors, so many things going on in the visor, and the cool thing is that they mirror each other. There are two separate modularization sensors, but they look absolutely fantastic. Just look inside. There is so much detail there, guys. I can't wait to show you how they light up. This is done so well. It is so cool, guys. I can't even explain how amazing this looks in person. Now, the midsection of this piece is really where you get to see a lot of the detail, just like the other busts. Not too much of a differentiation here, but I do notice that there is a little bit more detail in the neckline here. Obviously, you get to see the servos and the inner workings of what makes this neck move. This one is a little bit more malleable as well, particularly when arching the head up, which is pretty fantastic. I do like the fact that they are movable. Some of the busts haven't been as malleable as I've mentioned before. But overall here, there's some great detail here, and again, because of the scale, you really get to see a lot of it. Now, I know that I've been bitching about this ever since I started reviewing these busts, but the thing that really kicks my ass is that the air flap is not usable, so that is kind of a bummer. But nevertheless, I do love the paint scheme here, and again, this is one of the ones where they actually perfected it. It's not off-center or to the right. It looks really good. I also like the additions there because of the color scheme. The gray tones and the gunmetal really pop out, which is fantastic, guys. It's just, again, a real shame that these things are not functional. Not too many surprises in the gantry that actually connects this to the lower base. Again, if it's not broken, don't fix it. This thing looks absolutely fantastic. The colors are very striking. Just like I've mentioned before, it's all very industrial looking, and you really get a sense that this thing is in a hangar or is being serviced. It's really cool, guys. The color schemes here are really vibrant, I should say, and they do look fantastic. Overall, I gotta say, I'm not complaining about this. They look the same, but there's a reason that they look the same, because it is, again, as I mentioned before, it's gonna look good when you have them all together. Now, you are going to want to mirror this piece because there is a lot of detail on the reverse side, more so than most of the head bust. Now, one of the things that really catches your eye is the ventilation system, or at least that's what I think it is. It's very striking, offset against the orange, particularly the antennae. And then again, you get that midsection. It does read SDF1. You also get that nice bright red, and the coils running out of each side of that modular unit, which looks really cool, guys. It really does. And you get a greater sense of the way it attaches to the base, so definitely mirror this one. Now, the base of this piece, just like every other one of the busts, is exactly the same. There's really nothing different. Again, it does have the port in front. It does look very industrial for you to add the batteries, which is really cool. But one of the things that always kicks my ass about these busts, as expensive as they are, the fact that they have a sticker for the VF1D insignia is just stupid. I can't believe that they did that. Eventually that's going to fade. I've mentioned this before. This should have been a metal plaque. It's a shame. Nevertheless, it still looks good, but just be prepared, guys. That is eventually going to warp, and it's eventually going to get messed up. So there is that. And once again, guys, no surprise here. This is what makes these busts all the more easy to swallow with some of its imperfections. Just take a look at how this thing lights up, guys. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful, and there's actually a little bit more lighting going on here, which is really cool, guys. Again, these are centerpieces, and once you have them all together lit up the way they do, it's gonna be so freaking cool, guys. This is very bright, so don't let the camera fool you. It does look like they're not emitting too much light, but they totally are, guys. These are really bright and awesome. Well, what can I say, guys? They have been consistently awesome. These are definitely holy grail pieces, more so because they are so hard to find right now. So if you can snag one for a relatively good price, definitely pick it up, guys. And if you can get all 4 of them, they're going to look amazing, I swear to you. The last one that we have to do the review is the VF1A, which is coming up next, guys. But definitely pick these ones up if you're a Robotech fan. They're amazing. Now, before I go, I just want to thank the folks over at Sideshow Collectibles for sending this wonderful piece over for review. Alright everybody, so that's my official review on Kid Logic's version of the VF1D Valkyrie, the mechanical bust statue. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.